Hey guys, welcome back to Nancy's Homestyle Kitchen. Today is part 2 of the series on appetizers. So I've been sharing my tried and true family favorite appetizers, and today I have 2 more for you. Spinach balls and sausage puffs. Welcome back to Nancy's Homestyle Kitchen, where I share how to make real food with simple ingredients and no pressure to be perfect. Let's get started. So here are the ingredients that you'll need to make the sausage balls. You need 2 10-ounce packages of frozen chopped spinach. Here I have thawed them out, rinsed them, and then squeezed all the moisture that I can out of it and just put it into the large mixing bowl. And we'll just go ahead and put everything in this bowl. You're also going to need 2 1/4 cups of seasoned croutons. It's like stuffing mix is what you're going to look for in the grocery store. Usually they sell a non-seasoned kind and a seasoned one. You want to be sure to get the seasoned stuffing mix. We need 6 eggs, 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese, a teaspoon of black pepper, 2 teaspoons of garlic salt. We're going to use most of this onion, not all of it, because it's a little larger than we need, because it really calls for 1 small white onion, and this is kind of on the medium side. And finally, 1/2 stick of butter. So let's begin putting this together. This recipe is very simple to make. The most time-consuming part is going to be chopping the onion. So here I have melted the butter, and I'm just going to pour that into the bowl over the spinach. And then let's go ahead and add in the Parmesan cheese. Just sprinkle that in there. If you want to use fresh grated, you can. And sometimes I use fresh grated. And today I feel like just using the Kraft Parmesan cheese. So after you have the butter and the Parmesan cheese and with the spinach, go ahead and give it just an initial toss to get the butter and the Parmesan cheese kind of spread evenly over the spinach. It also helps kind of break up any of that spinach because when you rinse it and drain it, you want to squeeze it in your hands as much as possible to get all the moisture out. Okay, here are 6 eggs. We're going to beat the eggs and add them into that mixture. You want to make sure you beat them really well because you don't want any pockets of egg white. I've had it happen in the past where I think it's beaten pretty well and it's not, and then you kind of get this egg white portion, and I like it all to be seamless and incorporated. So let's add that to the bowl. Okay, give it a stir. 1 teaspoon of black pepper and 2 teaspoons of garlic salt. So now the spices are in the bowl. We're gonna give that another stir. And I like that the eggs and the butter really help kind of evenly distribute all of the spices before we go in with the breadcrumbs. Okay, 2 1/4 cups of these, I keep calling them breadcrumbs. They're basically seasoned croutons that are made around the holidays for stuffing. So 2 1/4 cups of the breadcrumbs. See, I said it again. Okay, I'm just calling them breadcrumbs from now on because apparently that's what I want to call them. While that is kind of sitting there and the breadcrumbs are softening, let's chop up the onion. So this recipe calls for 1 small white onion. I consider this a medium to large onion. So I think I'm just going to use about 1/2 of it because I don't want it just so onion forward that you can't taste the spinach and the Parmesan. Okay. I am happy with that amount. You know what? Let me measure it for you and we could see how much it is. Just so you have an idea. It looks like it's about 1 cup. Oh my gosh, meant to do that. Not really. There you go. 1 cup of diced white onions. Whew, this is burning my eyes, you guys. Let me wipe up my workspace here because this is a powerful onion. I'll be right back. Oh my God. Okay, I got all those onion juices taken care of, and now I just need to incorporate the diced onion into the spinach and stuffing mix into the breadcrumbs. So this recipe originated in the 60s when the frozen food revolution hit the United States, and a lot of people were buying frozen foods, and this recipe was born. So this is an old-fashioned classic. Okay, that is all there is to it. Now I'm going to put these onto a sheet tray that I've lined with parchment paper. I already have the oven preheating to 350 degrees. You need to make 1-inch balls. This is a little bigger than 1 inch, so I'm not gonna make this a heaping scoop. I'm gonna scrape it, level it off, and then when I compact it, I think it'll make the 1-inch ball easy. So you could put this in your hand, roll it in a ball, and set it down. But I think I'm going back and forth and picking it up a million times. So what I like to do is just start dropping them by the spoonfuls onto your parchment paper. So you can see it's easy to get overflowing because the spinach is kind of stringy, but just do the best you can and get these all domed out here, and then I'll be right back and we'll get these all shaped into balls. Okay, so I am down to my last spinach ball here, and I wanted to show you. So typically if you've made meatballs, you kind of put it in your hands and roll it around. These are very delicate, so you're basically just kind of squishing it together, and you'll know what I mean when you make them. Just pushing them together and then setting them on your tray. So here's 31 spinach balls that I made in just a few minutes. I'm gonna wash up, and then what I'll do is pop these in the oven, and if they were 1-inch size, it would take about 20 minutes, but because they're a little bigger, I'm gonna go 25 to 30 minutes. So when I come back, these will be baked, and I'll let you know how long they took. So the spinach balls took about 30 minutes to cook. I initially set my timer for 25, and I thought, you know what, the bread wasn't as golden brown enough, and I kind of tapped them and they seemed a little soft. So I just went another 5 minutes, and they're absolutely perfect. I would let them sit for a few minutes, but then they're best served immediately. If you wanna let these cool, freeze them, you could do that. Let them sit out at room temperature for about 30 minutes or so, and then reheat them in an oven at 350 degrees for 10 minutes. But let's go ahead and give these a try. And now, for picky eaters, my youngest son, when he was younger, like in his teenage years, he was very, very picky. But he didn't like a lot of vegetables, but he loved these. So I just cut that open. You can see what it looks like inside. And then let's go ahead and give it a try. They're very tender, but they held together just perfectly. And you get all of the flavors of the spinach, the onion, the Parmesan. I can taste a little bit of that garlic salt. It's just nice and savory and tender. And it actually kind of has a little nod to like a spinach quiche kind of flavor, if that makes sense, like a quiche ball, because you have the breading in there, which kind of mimics the crust. So these are perfect. What I'm gonna do is put this on a cooling rack so they can cool completely. I started prepping everything for the sausage puffs as these were baking. So I'll get all reset. I'll come right back and we'll start making the sausage puffs. For the sausage puffs, you need Bisquick, a pound of sausage, some minced garlic, celery, onions, sharp cheddar cheese, and pepper. To this bowl, I have the 1 pound of breakfast sausage, and I'm just using Jimmy Dean breakfast sausage. This recipe that I'm following today comes from the All Recipes website, but Jimmy Dean does have a version of this as well. And I think the only difference is they use jalapenos instead of the celery, but I like the celery option. So to this, and I should say. I'm doing half the recipe because normally I make double this. So here is 1 teaspoon of garlic, and I'm just using garlic. You can use fresh garlic if you want. Because I got my teaspoon wet before I did the pepper, I'm going to use half a teaspoon. So I'm going to go in with 1 teaspoon of black pepper. In here I have a 1/4 cup of finely chopped celery and white onion. So I just brought the onion back that I used on the previous recipe. And let's get this a quick mix, and then all we have to do is add the cheese and the Bisquick. I don't normally cook with Bisquick, but that's what this recipe calls for, so that's what I'm using. And this is going to be one you have to go in with your hands too to really get it all incorporated. Okay, so this is 2 cups of grated sharp cheddar cheese. And then the last thing is 3/4 cup of Bisquick. I just opened this, so it's really full. Try to get it level. So this is a 1/4 cup. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Now we just need to get in here and get this all incorporated. There's no eggs in this. I think the substitution of jalapenos for the celery is a great idea. Then we're just going to use that same scooper that I used for the spinach balls. The same sheet pan. I put a clean piece of parchment paper on there. And then I'm just gonna form these into balls all over the pan. And then we're gonna bake them. I did increase the oven temperature to 375 degrees when I took the spinach balls out. Here you go. Now I'm just gonna wash up, and then I'm gonna start putting all of the balls on here. I'm gonna do the same method. I'm just gonna scoop them all out first, and then I'll go and roll them tightly, and I'll show you what that looks like. Just rolling them around in your hands like you do when you make meatballs, and they hold together a lot better than the delicate spinach balls do. So here's 2 dozen plus 1 for me. These are gonna go into a 375 degree oven for 20 minutes. Let's see how these sausage puffs turned out. They turn out every single time I make them, so I'm very, very confident. They are hot. They've been sitting here for a couple minutes, but geez. Can you see the steam coming off? You can see the little bits of celery in there. This one here, whew, let me put that down. This one here, now this is the one I would go for because it has a little cheese skirt poking out there. That crispy goodness of the cheese. That's good. All right, let's take a taste test. It's all cheesy on the bottom. It's good, but it's really, really hot. So definitely taste the cheese because that's what's on the bottom. And just a mild meaty flavor. Get a little crunch from the celery, the onions, and the spices. Now, as far as appetizers go, whenever I take this one, there is never any, I don't bring any home. So enjoy them at home before you take them because there will be none left, I'm telling you. And really, if I had it my way, the perfect dinner party would just be nothing but appetizers. Forget the dinner. Just give me an array of appetizers and I'm a happy camper. And here we have it. 2 easy appetizer recipes, sausage puffs and spinach balls. These are make-ahead friendly, freezer friendly, reheat when you're ready to entertain or if you've taken them to someone's house. They're perfect and I promise you they will be gone in minutes. And as always, the recipes will be listed in the description box. If you like this type of content, please hit the like button, consider subscribing so you will catch my last recipe of 2025 and then I will be back in 2026 with another recipe from my kitchen. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.